let's continue by creating the admin page. We will start with the sub-navigation. That's this left-hand side column. As it's a sub-navigation that we are going to build, we will need to add a sub-router. In Oracle Jet, we can do this with a create child router. So let's open up our admin view model. That's this one. And let's add our child router. So self.admin router equals to our router dot root instance dot create child router, and we'll call it admin. Now we also need to configure it with key value pairs. So our first key will be planet, and we'll give it the label planet. Our second object will be article. Don't forget the quotes around it, and we'll give this the label article. And our last one will be galaxy, and we'll give this one a label of galaxy, but we're going to add a second option of is default equals true. Save the file. Basically it's doing the same as the main navigation, but this one is a child router. A router can either have one child router that handles all the possible states, or one child router per state. In the first scenario, the child router is not attached to a specific state of the parent and needs to be configured dynamically. In the second scenario, a child router is attached to a specific state of the parent. If the ID of the parent state is not specified using the parent state argument, the child router is attached to the current state of the router. In our case, we are attaching it to the current state of the router. We are also assigning corresponding labels to each key. Now we also need to be able to navigate to the correct subpage. Then we're done in our view model. Basically, this is just a simple function that takes one argument. So let's add that below it. So it's self.navigate to, and our function that takes one argument, item, and we do self.admin router dot go, and it will go to the item ID. Save, but don't run the project yet, as we didn't add anything in our view yet. So let's do that first. So open up the corresponding view for admin, and you'll see two main pieces. Basically is a div with the ID navigation content, and we have another div with the ID main content. As we're working in the sub navigation, we'll need to add our piece of code in here. So let's add an unordered list that takes list items. Just create one list item, as they will be created dynamically for us with Oracle Jet. And inside that list item, let's add an anchor. So we'll add the attributes for the unordered list first. So it's data bind equals to for each admin router we have dot states. That's it for the attribute of the UL. We don't need to add anything for the li, as we have anchors, so we need to work the anchors now. So let's add a data bind attribute. So it's data bind, and the text will be our label, but we also need to add an action when we click on it. So it's click $parent to navigate to. Let's save our file. This will create all the list items with an anchor inside for us. So each child route we have in our view model, it will create a separate item. Let's refresh our page, and we see everything's been added in our sub-navigation, but we're still missing our main content. To add the main content, we just need to add one more thing in our view. So the div with the ID main content, let's add a data attribute to it. So data bind equals to oj module admin router dot module config. Save your file, and when you go back to your main content, it should be showing something now. Let's navigate to the subpage articles, and you should see that a table with data. This is already been built for us. Now that we have also the main content working, we are going to work on the Galaxy subpage in the next video.